Hit real quick. My kids are behaving right now for the time being. We'll see how long this lasts. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2. Football is awesome. It is Super Bowl week. Here I'm Earnest Christian, alongside, of course, Mikey B, Zack Degenerate. It's the first time you guys are in the same time.
Yeah.
You're always on the same show, but never on the same time.
It's because you're bad with time.
No, not really. It's that you have different segments of the show. That's all.
Yeah, you're bad with time.
Well, that too. Zack, you look. That's a haircut there, buddy.
Yeah, I chopped it all off.
Yeah. No. This is chopping all off, man.
No, that's the point of no
That's
return.
accepting that you're bald. There's a
No.
big difference.
No. So you guys know the story of this. Like I always shave my head for the last 15 plus years, but I never had a problem with hair loss. And then during the pandemic, I decided I was bored. I decided to grow it out. I realized, oh wait, this is not working anymore. So now
you reached the point of no return.
Yes, I'm age 41, turning 42 in May. That's okay. I've accepted my this situation.
Yes, well, Ernest, when you were 25, your hairline was back with Stephen A. So
That's not true.
Oh yes, it was.
What are you talking about?
Oh yes. I dare you to find a photo in your 20s where your hairline wasn't halfway gone.
Who has worse hairline, Stephen A. or LeBron?
LeBron fixes his every off season, so it's really only a half a year for him.
Mike?
Not wrong.
Not wrong. Anyway, we're going to get to the prop bets in a second. But I do want to touch on a couple of coaching hires that happened in the last 48 to 72 hours. And I want to grade them real quick. First off, let's go to the Saints, who obviously Sean Payton a couple weeks ago decided to take a leave of absence, you want to call that or whatever. And they hire Dennis Allen, who was their defensive coordinator this past year, as their head coach. Now, I know I've asked Mike this on a text. I know you and Kris were fucking like, what the hell is this hire about?
I could understand it for one reason.
Right.
Continuity, and their defense is spectacular.
Yeah.
There's a real reason why that they did this.
Why is that?
Nobody wants to go in $77 million negative in the cap. They have no quarterback. They have fucking Alvin Kamara just beat some dude lifeless. He's fucking gone. I mean, at this point, if you need any more turmoil, the only thing that's better is the Houston Texans when it comes to fucking turmoil. So at the end of the day, you sign an anchor for 2 or 3 years. You let him keep helping with the defense, which has been the best part of their team, and you rebuild that offense, and then eventually you're probably going to let him retire or let him go, and then you go after the big name in a couple of years, a Byron Leftwich, Jim Harbaugh, something like that. But yeah, this is like a continuity / what the fuck else are we going to do?
Yeah.
Well, the beautiful thing about that is, going off that analysis, you've been hearing how many black coaches are getting stuck with garbage teams with no chance of winning versus how many white coaches. Well, now we got one. Now you have a white coach with straight garbage, a running back who will play quarterback next year for them. And that's how it is.
And a running back that'll play for the Las Vegas penal system.
Yeah. Alvin Kamara got arrested a couple days ago. That's right. I gave it a B solely because of continuity.
I'll give it a C+ just because he's going to a team that basically has no fucking upside.
Yeah, I'll give him a C because it's continuity, but he was terrible as a head coach previous. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah. All right, the second coach here on the list that got hired last couple of days, Lovie Smith. By the way, Lovie Smith, Super Bowl coach. People forget that. Went to Super Bowl one time. Houston Texans.
Trent Dilfer, Super Bowl champion.
I know. Don't remind me. Don't remind me of that, Mike. I have it on my.
That's why I reminded you.
Good job. Lovie Smith, DC for the Texans, now hired by the Texans as the head coach. Mike, what do you think about it?
I don't hate it. I think it's a move. Again, it's the continuity thing, but it's also stability in an organization that hasn't been stable for about the last 3 years, from the Bill O'Brien, what the fuck are we doing, to everything in between. Lovey brings some stability. I think he is a guy that guys like to go play for. Mm-hmm. The Chicago teams were always, we love Lovey. It's just they couldn't get over the hump. I don't hate it. I think there's bigger questions there. Obviously, Davis Mills right now is going to be the quarterback probably of this team because Deshaun Watson's never playing another game in a Houston Texans jersey ever again. So it's they have to now get in there and address the pieces. You know, they got a pretty decent offensive line with Laramie Tunsil anchoring that thing down, but there's pieces that are free agents. There's pieces that could be moved to, you know, I guess finish the rebuild, and I guess it starts with Deshaun Watson.
Zach?
Yeah, I'd say the Dennis Allen hire looks like a home run compared to this.
Really?
I think this is absolutely terrible.
You know,
Lovey's been out of the league for what, a decade now? He spent a half a decade coaching Illinois, and they were hot garbage. All right.
I mean, who really wants to go play college football at Illinois whenever you got an offer from like USC or fucking Cal, though?
Maybe someone who's got a head coach from the NFL who probably has a ton of ties to GMs, other coaches.
I'll take surfing over fucking plowing snow to get to school. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Les Miles went to Kansas after winning a national title at LSU and won 2 total games in like 4 years.
Last time I checked, there aren't a lot of people surfing at Ohio State, and they're still winning, and they're still going there for the snow.
I mean, it is a retread. I mean, let's say about it. It is a retread.
But when you go with the retread, there's so many other options you could have even gone. Like, Jim Caldwell didn't. I don't even believe he got an interview there. All right.
Right.
Did Eric Bieniemy get an interview?
You mean the Chiefs head coach in waiting?
Oh, that's a long time to wait.
He's waited this long.
Yeah, he's gonna be waiting a decade. Because if I'm Andy Reid, why would I really want to leave when I have Pat Mahomes and I can continue to build my legacy as one of the greatest coaches?
That's why Andy Reid more about.
Yeah, sure, but if you're Bieniemy, do you really want to go to a complete rebuild?
I want to go and coach. Because now, people won't even give me credit for being the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs.
The reason why I think Andy Reid, the Bieniemy thing, the Chiefs thing's been a thing I've said for a couple of years. You, Mike, also because of the fact that Andy Reid's health is not the greatest right now. He had an issue earlier. But
he's one Waffle House trip away from being fucking put out with fucking cardiac arrest.
I agree.
I heard the same thing about Josh McDaniels for the last decade. Oh, as soon as Tom Brady retires, Belichick's gonna retire.
That was me.
Belichick's not leaving.
I have to admit, even I was on those.
I was not one of those. I knew Bill Belichick wasn't going fucking anywhere.
Right? No. But like I said, I think Bieniemy just put his foot in the water to see what's out there. Just want to see what's out there. But I think Bieniemy is going to be very, very careful in who he picks going forward.
Who gets credit for calling the offensive plays in Kansas City?
Andy.
Yeah.
I think.
I want to be a head coach. I'm going to go anywhere where I can finally call the plays.
I'm going to go anywhere where I can go 2-37 and then be the Lovie Smith of the 2021 NFL coaching carousel class.
But
and then go to Illinois, win 3 games in 5 years, and then can't get another head coaching job. And then people are going to wonder why. Because you went to fucking Houston or Jacksonville or New Orleans. Wait until there's a job that actually fucking can do something. He should have taken the job in Oakland, but he's not going to go fucking compete against this guy because at least he would have had a quarterback that was halfway decent in Derek Carr.
So, in any case, I gave
Davis Mills might be all right.
You like Davis Mills?
By the end of the season, he was playing better than every other quarterback drafted in the first round. Every single one of them, including Mac Jones, at the end of the season.
That is true. He did play well at the end of the year. We did comment on that in our picks a couple of times. Anyway, that being said, I gave it a C because it's a familiar face. I'm not the biggest life fan in the world, but I guess right now the Texans just needs stability, and at least for the time being, it can at least ground them a little bit, but I don't see it's going more than 2-3 years, honestly.
Give it a D and move on.
Mike?
I'll go C+.
All right, finally, the Miami Dolphins select Mike McDaniels from the San Francisco 49ers, who's the offensive coordinator, who looks like the owner of Facebook.
Was Nick Saban not available for an interview?
Seriously. No, this guy looks like he's 25 years old? How old is he?
Under.
12. He's like a child, dude.
He is the user off Madden whenever you just hit the randomize button like 3 times for your coach. that's who you just got.
Yeah. He's part of the now new Kyle Shanahan tree. What do you think, Zack?
It's another D. I mean, I don't get this hire. Again, what did San Francisco show you on offense? All right. They are at best average with Jimmy G.
Mm-hmm.
And he apparently couldn't do enough to help grow Trey Lance, that Trey Lance could come in and play at any time.
It's 1 year, though. I mean, we'll see.
I get the 1 year, but at a certain point, just because you coached under a guy for a year doesn't mean you're getting Kyle Shanahan. I think it's a terrible hire. Absolutely terrible hire.
Michael?
Is Tua Tagovailoa still their quarterback?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I give no fucks about this hire because it's gonna suck either way.
I mean, according to him, he says he's the guy to turn it around.
I mean, the only thing that it could make sense is if he's running the same quote offense that they were running with Colin Kaepernick, where they let him use his legs more. But at that point, you'd have to bring in that offensive coordinator. Bring in a completely different.
Can't run like Colin. I mean,
no, I'm not saying that, but at least he could make something happen with his feet. The fact that his pocket passing is awful, and it's just gonna get worse. At the end of the day, it's a mediocre hire at best. I think that this was one of the only guys that would take this job now that Stephen Ross has a fucking target on his back, the size of fucking Texas. This is one of those where some guy who wants coaching experience, head coaching experience that could maybe potentially lead a turnaround, takes a shot knowing that, well, if I start winning games and Stephen Ross doesn't want me to be here, he'll fire me and maybe I can fucking file a lawsuit against him too.
You're the owner making the NFL look racist. You should have hired David Coley. Should have just taken the Texans retread and said, "Hey, see, we got another black head coach.
You know, we're just gonna sign
everything's okay."
Bring Eric Enemy in.
Yeah.
Oh well, he wasn't gonna do that. Stephen Ross wanted someone he could literally just be done with the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy will be lucky to make it through like 2 seasons.
And yep. Yeah. I mean, looks like the owner of Facebook. I gave it a C- because again, I mean, for all of the talk about the Niners offense and they were able to keep Jimmy G propped up and go to the Super Bowl 1 year, all that's all Kyle Shanahan, dude. Come on.
Exactly.
I mean, they somehow got to the NFC title game with a bum shoulder, broken hand, Jimmy Garoppolo because of how good the run game has been. So maybe this is where a veteran running back goes to Miami and carries the ball 937 times and Tua throws it like 6 times all year.
Hey, as you say that, wouldn't it have made more sense to hire their offensive line coach then from the 49ers?
Yes. Factual. 100%.
I mean, Jimmy G averages a touchdown a game. That's it. That's all he's good for. It's all about your run game.
I think
you don't go offensive line coach.
I think I threw for more yards in the playoffs than Garoppolo did.
One game you probably did.
Exactly. That's my point.
The thing he's not a terrible quarterback though. He's not like top 16, I would say, but he's definitely.
I'll take him in DC right now.
Oh, you'll
take what we got.
Yeah, of course. The command. Did we react to that yet, Zach? About the name of the team?
I'm okay with the commies.
I actually do like the black jersey with the yellow and red trim. I
do like that too.
The other two are just kind of like there.
Of course, Mike, you're like the fashion guy of this podcast, so.
Well, they're gonna change the uniforms every freaking year, so what's it matter? I can't remember the last time a team kept the same jersey style from the year after.
All right, let's get to the prop bets, man. Super Bowl 56 as well. 5 days away from this recording. I've been on prop bet podcast in about 2 years, so I'm excited about doing this. So I found 25 cool prop bets I want to talk about, and obviously your Bengals are in, Mike. So you're pretty excited about this week. Are you nervous? Oh, look at this guy, the Gatorade fucking Bengals towel.
Hell yeah, let's roll.
All right, let's get to the first. Of course, every time you do a prop bet, the first question to ask: what's the result of the coin toss? Heads or tails?
Tails, baby. Always take the ass.
I'm gonna go with heads.
I'm going with heads also too.
Y'all are terrible. Don't even know what part to pick on a woman.
All right, prop bet number 2. Which team will be leading at the end of the first quarter? The Bengals or the Rams? Michael, you're going to say the Bengals, aren't you?
Draw.
I'll take the Bengals.
Bengals by 3-0 in the first quarter.
I'm going to say push.
I say 7-3 first quarter.
As Kris says, since the text says he's ready. Okay, let me know because we already started. One second, send a text real quick. All right. Prop bet number 3. Which team will score 5 points or more first?
Bengals.
Yeah. Cincy.
I'm going
first quarter touchdown.
Ooh, really? I think we'll see 2 field goals out of the gate, of the shoot.
I think you're going to see a Jamar Chase bomb touchdown. First drive.
6-3 Bengals end of the first quarter.
T. Higgins rips the soul out of Jalen Ramsey's ghost and fucking rips one and they go to the house.
Am I wrong with thinking Jalen Ramsey's overrated?
No, I think we all agree.
No, I agree with that wholeheartedly, but I love the fact that he's like, I want Jamar Chase. Please put him on Jamar Chase. Because when Jamar Chase hits him with that jab step and just goes.
Oh, Jalen doesn't have the speed. Jalen has strength on the outside. That's what's made him special this whole time.
Hit that jab step and cut to the outer half, and you're fucking running right by him. So,
I mean, I say that someone who I understand with Florida State. Zack and I, big Florida State guys, but come on, shut the fuck up, Jalen. Seriously. All right, number 4. Will Matthew Stafford have over or under 2.5 passing touchdowns? I'm going to under that one, actually.
I'll take under.
Yeah, I'm going to go under as well.
I'll take the Rams for less than 2.5 touchdowns.
You got a low-scoring game here, don't you?
For the Rams.
I definitely said. I definitely. Oh boy, I was sure you're going this one. Also, you did pick the Bengals win the Super Bowl like 2 weeks ago, I think. To be fair.
Yeah.
All right,
I saw it, man.
You did see it. Hold on, I'm trying to get this thing to view in a little bit closer because it says Joe Burrow over under 276.5 passing yards.
Over.
I'm
gonna go under this one because I told Mike this a couple of days ago. This is a Joe Mixon game.
Oh, it's a Joe Mixon game for the first half where he starts bringing the linebackers into the box, and then it's gonna be fucking big play.
That's what it is. It's gonna be big plays. That's all Cincy's gonna rely on, and they're gonna win big plays to Jamar Chase.
All right, number 6 here. Total touchdowns scored over under 6.5. I'm going under.
I will go under as well.
Ooh. So I need 5. Just 5 total touchdowns, or 7 total touchdowns, 5 and 2. Shit.
42 points. Look at when you bet over under. I get. There's a clue where your over under bet is being played.
Yeah, I'll go under too. I want to take the over, but I'll go under.
The under is the bet the whole game. To be honest, that's a lock of the game in my opinion. Is the under. Yeah, it is.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Highest scoring half. The first half or the second half? That's interesting.
Second half.
Oh, easily second half.
Yeah, second half.
Easily second half. Yeah. All right. Will a quarterback win Super Bowl MVP?
No.
Yes.
I will say yes, but I think the odds of that happening are a lot lower than it has in recent years.
Again, Burrow's getting the MVP. Hate to break it.
I think I haven't seen the numbers on this yet, but for value's sake, Mike, you want to look it up real quick? Want to? Go ahead. I'm curious at Joe Mixon's MVP odds. Because
the only person I see besides Joe Burrow even getting MVP honors on Cincinnati is the defensive end for Cincy. What is it? Trey Henderson?
Trey Henderson?
Yeah. He would be the only other person besides Burrow.
Yeah,
the only reason why I think it'll be somebody else is give me Mike Hilton as MVP after Matthew Stafford throws the game dagger pick 6. Then Mike Hilton runs back to the house.
Well, see, that's what I'm counting on. That's why I'm thinking Trey might have like 2.5, 3 sacks and cause that.
cause some problems.
I think
I think Whitworth is done. This is going to be his last year, no matter what, in the league. So
he'll go all out. I know. I like look at those mixing odds though. I'm telling you now. Just saying. I mean, for the value alone, should be decent to place a bet on that one. So
go ahead, man.
Yeah. All right, number 9. Which team will score the last points?
Cincinnati.
I think so too. I just don't know if it be in the winning clause or not.
I think since he scores first, scores last.
Okay. Nice.
Rams will be down by 10, so they'll have to throw. So the last score will be by Cincinnati.
All right, hold on. I'm getting Kris in now. Give me 1 second. That bastard. In the meantime, number 10. Will the Los Angeles Rams will they score in every quarter?
No.
Ooh.
Score?
Yeah.
That's a field goal too.
Negative.
I'll take it. I'll say they will.
Okay. Interesting. Number.
What was your pick there, Slapdick?
Oh shit. No, they're not going to. I think they'll score. I think they'll miss the first quarter, and they'll get the second quarter. They'll score. I think the Bengals will try to develop the run early. They'll play keep away. Kind of look at the Super Bowl 42. The Giants opened the game against the Patriots, and they first 9.5 minutes of the game they fucking hold the ball, pass on, scored the second quarter. I think it'll be a similar situation there. Play keep away from the Rams. So, all right. Number 11? Total points, odd or even? That's an interesting one. As I try to invite this motherfucker in this.
Odd. 34-17, so odd.
Mine's gonna be odd as well.
Really? Interesting. I'll go odd. Fuck it. I'll go odd.
Kris is gonna clean up taking evens. Beat 3 motherfuckers on it.
Well, but Adam in a second. If he can show up. Number 12, right? 12.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams to score in the first quarter. Yes or no?
No.
No. I got Bengals scoring first.
Yeah, I got both teams scoring in the first quarter.
7-3.
Really? 7-3.
7-3. Interesting.
Okay. 7-3 in the first. It's going to be 21-6 at halftime.
All right. Let me see. Next one here. 13. Will Odell Beckham Jr. score a touchdown?
No.
I'm gonna say no as well.
Yeah, no.
I think is Higby's playing, right? Have they cleared him yet? Oh no.
Yeah, he's playing.
Okay. I'm gonna say no as well too. I think that'll be Cooper. That'll be Cam Akers. Those guys.
I think Cam Akers is the only one that scores a touchdown for the Rams.
This one's easy. Which team will score the first field goal? This is easy as shit. Bengals.
Rams.
Bengals. Mm-hmm.
They said field goal, not extra point, guys. Field goal. It's going to be the Rams.
It's going to be 3-0 Bengals in the first quarter. I told you that already.
Yeah, and they're going to score a touchdown. Just watch.
10-0 Bengals out of the first.
Fucking homer here.
The compromises.
And now I'm about to be joining another fucking Bengal fan in a couple of seconds. So this thing pops up. All right, let's see. Number 15. Which team will score first?
Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals 3-0.
Bengals.
All right, that's easy. Oh, this will be fun. Here we go. Jamar Chase over/under 76.5 receiving yards.
Over.
He will have over by half, if not by the end of the first quarter.
Is this total against the Chiefs? He started slow, but then he picked up late in the game because T. Higgins started fucking torching them.
That's because they were playing double coverage on him.
I'm looking. Hold on.
Jalen Ramsey wants to play him one-on-one. He's going to get obliterated.
Mm-hmm. He talks too fucking much.
Jamar Chase in the Title game had 6 catches for 54 yards and a touchdown.
That's what I thought. That's not what I thought. But he got those late though too because Higgins was torching him. So eventually they had to.
I mean, it also didn't help that there was a couple plays where he's literally running and the corner is just attached to him like it's fucking Dora the Explorer's backpack. I mean, he's literally carrying 3 guys down the field. Like, whatever.
God, I'm gonna go over. So I think the Rams are gonna probably try to respect Higgins too, especially. So I think they're just gonna pray that oh, there he is. There's the other Bengal fan of the fucking house here.
Oh, he had to find his jersey. Took him an hour.
His jersey? He's wearing a jersey?
Yeah.
I can't see. Kris, you here?
He's also got a Pancho Villa mustache going right now.
I can't see. Okay, so like he's on the fucking conversation.
I can see him. I don't know.
I can see him, but I can't hear the goddamn word he's saying. Look, he looks kind of high. Fucking jersey. Yep, I see a jersey. Is that Ocho Cinco?
Looks like it.
I see a 5. I don't see anything else but a 5.
Oh man, he's jinxing my bet now.
Kris, you there?
Can you speak?
Let me text him. We can see you, but can't hear you. We can see you.
Maybe his microphone is muted.
Hear you. No, he actually unmuted it on the screen here. Unless he's not trying to talk. Okay. That's what I'll do.
All right, so number 13?
No, number 16, I think now.
Number 16?
Yeah. No, 17. I apologize. Here's a good one. Matthew Stafford, over under 261.5 passing yards.
Under.
Slightly over.
It's tough because it depends how this game goes. Because if they're down,
that's why I'm saying slightly over.
Right. Well, Sean McVay is going to try and control the clock, so he's going to be running Cam Akers, especially in the first half.
I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over as well. I like Mike's theory on that one, slightly over. Maybe cross 300, to be honest with you, depending on how
I would say like 270, 275 max. Like,
Ernest, if you're talking 300, that ain't slightly. Go have some conviction. Like, jeez. They're only prop bets, and you haven't even put any money down yet.
Zack, you know me for fucking almost 20 years. You know how I operate.
Yeah.
I like to hedge. I love hedging.
Worse than a State Farm agent.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next one here? 18. Will both teams score 25 more points?
No.
No.
Because I have the under this game, especially.
Actually, hold on.
Only one team will score over 25.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm actually going to change my pick. Yes.
There we go.
There he is, Kris.
Hey!
Now I can hear you.
It's here. Now we're surrounded by 2 Bengals fans.
Yes.
And meanwhile we have the giant, the fucking worst team in football, and then the commies.
The Giants football style.
We're coming for your sport.
Okay, real quick before we continue let's put a pause on the prop bet real quick. Kris, quickly, since you missed the first 28 minutes of this podcast, reaction to the 3 hires in the last couple of days. Give them letter grades. Dennis Allen, go to the Saints. Go.
That's like a D- at best.
Jesus Christ, bro.
He was terrible in his one stint head coaching, and
he's the best of the 3 hires. If he's a D-, good lord.
No, McDaniels way better than
okay.
Lovey is the F-. Like that.
Oh, you're a jerk.
No, that's a terrible hire. What do you mean? He hasn't done shit since.
I'm not a great hire. I'm just saying that you damn F-, bro.
Yeah, why would you hire somebody from the staff that you just fired when the guy hasn't done shit since 10 fucking years ago?
Super Bowl 41.
He didn't do anything at University of Illinois. It's not like the Texans defense was fucking lighting up the world this year.
But Kris, he's a Super Bowl coach.
Oh,
put some respect on his name.
He's also going to an absolute dumpster fire.
He took Rex Grossman to a fucking Super Bowl. Come on now. You got to give him credit for that one.
No, that's Devin Hester and that defense.
That too.
that team.
So Lovey get F-, right?
F, the worst grade possible. It's just, it makes zero sense. Why would you fire a head coach and have a guy who has zero interest. Like, no one's interviewing Lovie Smith. Not even for Rooney Rule fucking exception are they interviewing Lovie Smith. And you're like, you know what? Let's promote this guy right here. That's the guy we want. You might as well just kept David Culley around. Fuck, at that point.
Yes.
What's the point?
You just said the same thing too.
Well,
All right.
Now, I hear that they want to keep Pep Hamilton, so they needed someone who was going to keep him on board. And he makes the most sense as he has prior experience.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, you're just putting someone in that place to fucking tank, and you don't give a shit about anything else.
And that's why Lovie Smith is the perfect hire, because nobody expects Lovie Smith to ever fucking win another football game.
I did have one question for you guys.
Go ahead.
About this whole Texan thing.
Go ahead.
Josh McCown, who hasn't even coached, his only claim to coaching is high school football for his son. And he was up there for the head coach job. Like, I think that's the real reason why Lovie Smith got hired.
I didn't want to tell you guys, but I was a Final 8 candidate just off of my Madden resume alone.
I think you were a Final 8 because you were one of only 8 people to apply.
That's my point. My Madden resume got me in the Final 8.
Factual. All right, last one, Kris, quickly. Mike McDaniels, Dolphins. He just got out of high school.
Why not? I mean, he seems like he does great things. The problem is, you always want to say is, well, was it Kyle Shanahan who was offense genius? Was it
Hold on. He just said great things in a team quarterbacked by fucking Jimmy Garoppolo.
I mean,
I know. Where was that special offense that gets you hired?
Every time they did something weird and you're like, oh man, I don't know if this is gonna work. Like when it was like 3rd and goal with 2 seconds left in the first half, and they put Trey Lance in to run in a quarterback sneak, and it worked for a touchdown instead of kicking a field goal. You just think like, Scott must know something.
That's true, because it's like on 3rd and 10 and you hand the ball off to Dabu.
Yeah,
like,
Debo Samuel converts like the most crucial first down.
I mean, we talk about how great of Andy Reid is, and Andy Reid decided to call a boneheaded fucking play that Patrick Mahomes fucked up and cost them 3 points against us in the AFC title game. But Andy Reid's an offensive genius. I mean, because a player made a play work doesn't mean that you're pressing all the right buttons. And at the end of the day, he doesn't have those same pieces there. He's got a mediocre quarterback in Tua. He's got a decent wide receiver in Jalen Waddle. And fucking at this point, Ernest is playing fucking running back for him.
Bingo.
No, but here's the point. When the most crucial points in the game are around, he got the ball into his best playmaker's hands. And that's all you can ask for, is to get the ball to your best playmaker, because that's the guy who's going to win you the game.
His best playmaker is
bad coaches take Julio off the field on every red zone possession, and he never gets a chance to score touchdowns, or any of those stupid things that you ever see in the world. And you're like, oh man, why is this guy not on the field for this play? Because dumbass coaches don't have their best player, or they use their best player as decoys. No, you get your best player the ball no matter what way. You hand it to him, you pitch it back to him, you throw it to him, whatever it is, you scheme it up to get that ball in that guy's hands in the most crucial points. And
so basically, get him an A.
So Ronald McDonald is going to have Jalen Waddle playing quarterback in the red zone, is what you're telling me?
Oh, but it doesn't matter. The guy is going to find a way, creative ways to get your best players the ball. Maybe Gesicki will have more than 2 consecutive games where he actually has good games because he's a talented player. Like, he's going to bring out the
That's true.
Player.
Jalen Waddle playing quarterback in the red zone.
They go away for 2 weeks.
I'm sure he'll find a way to build from the trenches, which is what the Dolphins need, no matter what. So
plus, right?
A+. Here's the first thing that he does.
I don't know about
trades Tua for Trey Lance.
Not A+, but I'm trying to justify the hire because people don't think he's a good hire. He's a great hire.
Okay.
Trade Tua. That's your first job.
No.
It has no value.
That line is so terrible. You're not getting anything back for him.
Buddy, he's terrible. Stop making an excuse for an offensive line. The guy can't throw a 12-yard slant pattern.
That guy literally had the number 32 ranked offensive line in all of football.
32 alone.
And he had 17 fucking running backs that he could have thrown the ball to, but he decided to hold on to it and get hit in the fucking helmet.
Here's the problem with the Dolphins.
The guy's garbage.
They have absolutely no run game with no offensive line scheme to open up holes for a run game. And then you have Tua, who, when he will be at his peak, is a 15 to 20 guy. That's it. He's going to be the 15th to 20th best quarterback in the league at his prime.
The man won 10 games with the worst offensive line in the league. So,
And Ryan Fitzpatrick won 9 games on that team, and he's never made it to a playoff yet. Doesn't matter how many games you win.
Well,
I would like to pay you $100,000 to lose every game, sir.
All right, let me. Okay, so Kris missed the first, I think 16 or 17 prop bets here. So I'm letting him quickly run down the list real quick and give him his thoughts. Okay, so coin toss, heads or tails?
Tails.
Okay, which team was leading at the end of the first quarter? The Rams or the Bengals?
Bengals.
I agree with that. Which team will score 5 points or more first?
Bengals.
All right, Homer. Will Matthew Stafford have over or under 2.5 passing touchdowns?
Under.
I like that. Joe Burrow over under 276.
I'm gonna hope and pray for under because that means they're winning.
Okay. That was me. My speaker went out a second. Okay. Total touchdowns scored over under 6.5. This is interesting.
I'm going under. I think it's a lot of field goals.
I agree with you on that one. Highest scoring half, first or second?
Second.
Will a quarterback win Super Bowl MVP?
What? Yes.
I agree with you, but we were discussing earlier. I think this is the year that you may actually, the odds are a lot lower than usual.
Only on the Rams can someone else win.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's only on the Rams. So you need the Rams to win. And then if Darnold has 3 sacks or Cooper Kupp just goes ape shit, then yeah, you would. But
what about Joe Mixon, though?
Fuck no. He could run for 4 touchdowns. I still give it to Joey Burrow.
That's funny. Zach reacts is the best right there. All right. Which team will score the last points?
The Rams.
Okay. Will the Rams score in every quarter?
No.
Okay. Total points.
He's the kicker in the league.
Right. Total points, odd or even?
Odd.
Both teams will to score in the first quarter, yes or no?
Yes.
Which team will have the first made field goal?
Cincinnati.
Will Odell Beckham Jr. score a touchdown? I said no.
I'm going to go yes.
Oh, okay. Which team will score first?
Cincinnati.
Okay, I like that too. Jamar Chase, over under 78 passing yards.
I'm going to assume that Jalen Ramsey sticks with him the whole game, so I'm going to go under.
What? If Jalen stays with him, it's a 200-yard game. It might be historic.
Jesus Christ, Zach.
T. Higgins will have a monster game.
Chase will have a historic game if Jalen Ramsey covers him on his own.
All right.
Y'all are crazy.
Matthew Stafford, over under 281.5 passing yards.
Over, because they'll be losing.
Right. And the last one here we didn't touch on. Will both teams score 25 more points?
Hell no.
Yeah. I think
neither might score 25 points.
I agree.
One team is scoring over 30.
Look at the fucking temporary Bengal fan here this week, Zachary. Lock under though. Lock under.
I've had 2 great weeks, man. I know what I'm talking about right now. I love playoff football.
I know you do. Okay, now we're all caught up now. Both teams to score in the third quarter. Yes or no, Michael?
No.
No.
Yes.
I'm gonna say yes.
I think only because these guys obviously they come from the same coaching tree, because Zack Taylor was Sean McVay's assistant, so they'll know how to make the right adjustments against each other.
I'll say that Lou does something crazy and changes the defense like he did against Kansas City, and Rams don't score on the third.
All right. Will Joe Mixon score a touchdown? Yes or no? I'm gonna go yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's my secret MVP, by the way, for the record. All right. Cooper Kupp over under 106.5 receiving yards.
Under.
I'm gonna go under too on this one.
Over.
I think it'll a solid game though, but I think it'll go under this one.
Yeah,
Over.
no, I'm with Kris. I said that Matthew Stafford would slightly be over the passing yards because they'd be losing. Cooper Kupp's his go-to guy. I think he's in like the 120-ish range.
Okay.
I don't think Cooper goes over 70 yards. I think Stafford's gonna have a bad game.
Devontae Adams had over 100 yards in the first half against us this year. Trust me, we don't key on the best player on the team. So.
Okay. Here's the good one here. T. Higgins over under 69.5 receiving yards. I'm going over. I'm going over.
Over.
Almost over? Everybody? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a good. I don't know what I did. Okay. Cam Akers over under 64.5 rushing yards.
Under.
Way under.
Over.
Do they have a running game? Seriously.
Oh,
Over. He will go over in the first half and not even get 5 carries in the second.
I could see that happening.
They're going to be down by 2+ touchdowns to open the third quarter.
Definitely don't
and
see.
the Rams are going to have to just air it out nonstop.
I'm gonna say under because at the end of the day, I think that their best running back is Sony Michel.
I was going to say that. Like they're a committee, aren't they? So I mean,
well, A, they're a committee, but
No.
B, Cam Akers looked miserable against fucking the Niners 2 weeks ago, and he's 3 weeks off of fucking coming back from an Achilles injury.
Yeah.
I think Michel is the guy that they should be running anyways. But
yeah, totally agree with you.
Seeing how he fumbled against Tampa, it's all like fumble dependent at that point. He doesn't put the ball on the ground, it probably gets over.
Okay, this is a good one here, but there's also a disclaimer on this one. Will any player score 2+ touchdowns? Quarterback pass touchdowns not included. They don't count. So you're not counting Stafford and Burrow throwing touchdowns. Some like players either rushing with touchdowns, receiving touchdowns, or pick sixes, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
yes,
No.
I think it's too, and I say it's Joe Mixon.
No.
I say it's Jamar Chase.
You said no, Kris, right?
I think there's going to be like 2 touchdowns in the whole fucking game. So.
Oh, you got the under in this game.
I think there might be 5 touchdowns.
There'll be
by
a
the
lot of
Bengals.
field goals, but just, I mean, the thing about it is the Rams have one of the worst kickers in the league. So, I mean, they're probably going to be pushing for him. I think that's where the game lies right then and there. Is every time they're at midfield, they're probably going to go for it on 4th downer because he can't even leg out a 50-yarder. So at that point, they're probably going to go for a lot. And if they can win those battles, that's going to be the key to the game.
I'm going Joe Mixon 2 touchdowns.
I have the over as well.
Mike, who you picking for the 2 touchdowns?
Well, no, you're a player hitting the 2 touchdowns. Who is it?
I'm gonna be sneaky here, and I'm gonna say it's T. Higgins.
I can see that.
And if it's not T. Higgins, and he actually is able to play with his MCL injury, give me 2 CJ Uzomah touchdowns.
Score! All right, finally, will Tyler Boyd score a touchdown? Yes or no?
No.
Oh, I hear Elias in the background. My kid's watching Raw. I think.
If the Bengals throw a touchdown, it'll be Tyler Boyd.
I think if there is one guy that Joe Burrow wants to get a touchdown in the Super Bowl, not named Jamar Chase, it's Tyler Boyd. So I think Joe's going to find a way to get him a touchdown. So I'm going to say yes.
I have one prop for everybody.
Go ahead.
Over under Matthew Stafford 1.5 interceptions.
Over.
Under.
1.5, you said?
1.5.
I'm gonna go over. I think I get 2.
Over 2. Will there be a pick 6?
Yes, Mike Hilton, the dagger.
I chances to throw the ball until they're losing. So I'm gonna say under.
He's gonna make a mistake trying to hit Cooper Kupp in the slot. Mike Hilton's gonna undercut it, and he's gonna dance his way in the end zone.
There you go.
Who is singing the anthem this year?
No clue. Maybe Snoop.
Hold on, I'll look.
No, because the over under right now the number is 95 seconds.
Wow, minute 35. That's a pretty long one.
Mickey Guyton. Who is she?
I'll take the under. A minute 35 is real long for the national anthem.
Yeah.
She is a country singer.
Yeah.
I'm going under. They don't like to hold notes like the same way that my folks like to hold notes when they sing the anthem like Whitney. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they all try to sound like Whitney. They never do.
Buddy, did you not look at her before you made that statement?
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Black, Ernest. I don't know. If
You might want to read. You might want to read
right here. Still, she sings country, so no, under.
But I'm just saying, you can't use that as your reasoning.
Yeah.
Like the home of the
You don't
brave.
hold notes like my people. What do you mean?
My girl, yeah, I know. She ain't holding the word brave. She ain't holding that shit. That long.
I'm going to take the under just because I think that the NFL is going to be like, we have a kick-ass halftime show that's going to take like 75 minutes. Let's get this thing over with.
We got halftime.
You know, anyone over the age of 45 is probably going to hate this halftime show.
Good. Fuck themselves. They've had the Who and all that for the last years.
Imagine being 20 years old having to watch the Who and the Stones. Good Lord.
So you have what? You have Dr. Dre, you got Eminem, Kendrick Lamar. Who else? Mary J. Blige.
I thought Snoop and Dre were doing it too.
Yeah, Snoop's on there too. Are you guys excited for this one?
I am.
Hell yeah.
This is probably the best one since Janet's nipples. So.
That's true. That's fucking 18 years ago, actually. No, actually, that the best one I've seen since that last 20 years is probably the Bruno Mars one. Was really good.
Bruno was good. The Weeknd
was
was
good.
good.
Prince.
Prince is my favorite one all time. It's probably my favorite
Fuck Prince. This is the reason why you guys lose on bets.
I actually watched that one with you, Zach, at your house. That Super Bowl halftime show. The Super Bowl in general. That was the Colts and the Bears. That was Lovie Smith's Super Bowl for the record. Parents.
Yeah, still shouldn't be rehired, okay?
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just, whatever. Be nice to Lovie.
I mean, you can say he got fired off a 10-6 season, but
right. Okay, finally the game itself. We have the Rams and the Bengals. The line opened at 4 points. It is still at 4 points. Oh, there are some places having it 4.5, but mostly 4 points.
It actually opened at 3.5, by the way.
I saw it at 4. The minute it released the spread, I saw it. I remember telling you guys I not at 4, and I Action Network literally 2 hours after the game was over, the Niners game at 4 points. So I don't
care what the spread is. Since he's gonna win, they're gonna win by 2 touchdowns.
Wow, you are.
It will be 34-17 final score.
Zach taking the plus 2,500 alternate line. Bengals minus 7.5.
Oh, I am gonna make an alternate line. I'll do something crazy like 7.5.
So right now the spread is still 4 points. The over under is 48.5. That over under is fucking high, in my opinion.
That over under is not high.
You're high.
Yes, I am, but still.
I think it would be very similar to the Bengals Titans game, where it was 1916 could be somewhere around there.
So the best bet, as Zach and I do this picks every week, I pick one thing, I'm picking the under in this game. That's lock. God, in terms of the spread,
the lock is Cincy, guys. It's Cincy.
What's the best bet here, Mike? To bet, forget all considering what you want to happen, all that. If you're a gambler, you just come in and look and see this game. Okay, what's the best bet here? Should I bet the unders, or the overs, should I bet the Rams, should I bet the Bengals? What's the best bet, Mike?
Joe Burrow passing yardage.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's what the spread. The spread.
Best bet though is Joe Burrow passing yardage.
Well, under? Yeah.
Over.
Okay.
Hey.
The best thing about the game itself, I think is the Bengals plus the points.
Okay. Kris, you too?
I'm going under. I think this game is going to be so under.
Yeah, that's the best value, honestly. Zach, you have the Bengals +4, and
Bengals +4. If you want literally the best bet, it is Joe Burrow passing yardage. The next best, though, is the Bengals +4. And if you're smart, you'll take an alternate line and take the Bengals to win because they're going to win outright.
I think Tyler Boyd's probably receiving yardage would be easy too because the Rams are real soft.
Yeah, what's it going to be? 13?
Is terrible. So he's probably going to make a killing. With CJ being iffy, I think Tyler Boyd's going to eat up the middle of the field, and that's where the game's going to be won.
And of course the picks. Mike, you had the Bengals, of course.
Come to me last.
Oh. Zach, okay.
Bengals to win outright.
Kris,
I'm like Kirk Herbstreit. I can't. I'm too biased. I gotta stay out of this one. I'm calling the game, so I can't make this. But I'll give you this tidbit. I think the Bengals are gonna win. No, I think it's just going to be a bunch of long, sustained drives, no big plays. I think 0 big plays in this game. I think it's just all going to be long ass, grind them out, bunch of third down conversions on both sides of the for both teams. It's going to be long, and they're all going to end in field goals. Maybe a touchdown here and there, but it's just going to be long drives. And I think because the Bengals have a better field goal kicker, they're going to win the game.
Okay. Real quick, Mike, I'll let you go last. I'm rooting for the Bengals to win this game, obviously. I don't know, man.
Kris has got me all depressed now.
I'll be the guy in the room. I'll pick the Rams. They're the better team on paper. But God damn, I don't know, man. I'll pick the Rams because they're the better team, but there's no confidence in that. I'm betting the under anyway, so it doesn't matter. Michael?
28-28 with 14 seconds left. Evan McPherson looks at Kevin Huber and goes, well, I guess we're going to win the fucking Super Bowl. Buries it from 48. Final score, Bengals 31, Rams 28.
Take the over. Damn. So he's saying take the over, in other words. Now, if the Rams do win this game, that's what Matthew, before we go, this last thing. Matthew Stafford, his legacy, whatever we call it, because this can change a lot of things about how we look at him going forward.
Oh, this is gonna hurt your boy. It's gonna hurt your GOAT, your most talented player ever. You let Matthew Stafford.
Wait, me?
Yes, you, the ball-licking Aaron Rodgers guy. You let Matthew Stafford win a championship in his first year in LA with all the pressure in the world on him and that team. Dude, arm angles, strength, accuracy. He's right up there. He's 1 for 1 in Super Bowls now with your boy Aaron Rodgers. Yardage. He doesn't throw a ton of interceptions. I'm telling you, your boy Aaron Rodgers, he suffers as much as Matthew Stafford gains.
Well, the thing is, who wins that game, though? If Stafford has a pick and 225 yards, or say 250 yards passing, but they still win because they dominate on the ground, they dominate on defense, and they get a bunch of sacks, do you really even elevate Matt Stafford at that point?
Just having the ring and having gotten there, even if he's not the reason they win, he gets elevated because he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback who got his team to the Super Bowl under pressure.
All we've been saying for the last 12 years is that this guy's very talented. He just has no team around him. He's playing in Detroit, all that. And now, 1 year in, he gets the thing we said he needed, and he's got this team to the Super Bowl. Now, granted, this does feel like a Super Bowl bust year for the Rams, though. Like, championship bust.
Because you're hosting it, that's the thing.
Well, not only that, but also the fact that who they have around them.
First rounder till like 2025.
Exactly.
The Rams got a ton of special players, but you know what they don't have? A great offensive line.
Yeah. So I do think this can definitely, for his legacy, I don't know how you feel about him in the all-time ranks, a Hall of Famer, but this certainly helps the argument. I'll tell you that much.
Losing doesn't hurt it.
I
Right.
think
He's
him
already
getting
gotten
there elevated him to this point. So unless he balls out, I think he's already gotten there. Just getting them to the Super Bowl.
He'd be the only reason I root for the Rams because I hate the Rams. But he'd be the only.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know that there's anything that could hurt or help or harm him in this game. He was obviously the missing piece of this Rams team because Jared Goff had basically 70% of the same offense around him and couldn't get over the hump. So
What about the Super Bowl?
Goff started to pull a Simmons. He had a mental break. Couldn't play there.
Play Belichick.
So
I can take solace though that Andrew Whitworth would get a ring if the Bengals lose.
That's true.
There's that.
Yeah, that's true.
He's the
gonna
home.
be he might be a key reason why the Bengals win. All right.
He would have to be.
Whitworth is not the offensive tackle he used to be, Kris. You know that.
I don't see Trey Hendrickson just running circles around him.
I do. I could easily see him having 2 to 3 sacks this game.
Hey, Jackson, who's winning this Super Bowl? And don't ask your father. Think for yourself.
The Bengals.
hey, come here. Come here. Hey, say who? Day. Who day?
Who they? There you go. That's your answer. Anything else? Anything else we need to cover? We go. Anything else we need to cover? Any other news or topics?
I mean, all the basketball trades, but that's
No. That's another podcast. We'll discuss that after the deadline's over.
Bengals. Who day?
Who day?
It's about the Bengals.
Hey.
So there's Mike, Zach, there's Kris. Thanks for the podcast. Appreciate it. And good luck to you, Bengals. Who day? Yeah. And
Doing this for Sam.
yes, sir.
So